Okay, so today is officially August 12th, and I'm officially 4 weeks and 6 days today. This feels still so surreal, especially now that I'm saying 4 weeks and 6 days for this, and as you can tell by the title, I named it something pregnancy related. So, yeah, things are getting exciting. I'm finally getting into that point where it seems more real because I'm actually counting days. I have a bunch of apps on my phone that are updating me every day of like what could be happening right now or should be happening right now. So it's all very exciting. So now, since I haven't really done an update pregnancy related, besides the fact that we obviously conceived, I figured I would do this, and like I mentioned already yesterday, I'm gonna try my best to do these updates every Wednesday. I might film them Wednesdays, but they might not be up until Thursday, but you should be expecting them sometime around there unless something really huge happens and I can't film or upload or something. Okay, so just to get started, I guess, because this is my first update, I'm gonna do just one longer video for today. Not too long, but just to update you guys what happened or what I've been feeling ever since conception. So technically, I guess from pregnancy weeks 2, 3, and now 4, because today's the last day of week 4. So hopefully by next week, Wednesday or Thursday, you guys will have the 5-week update. But for right now, let's get started. I wrote out a bunch of notes again, so if you see me looking down again, that's why. I guess since conception, like I mentioned yesterday, everything that we did to conceive that month. Okay, so I guess the most important thing, or the biggest thing that's been happening, is I have not been able to sleep ever since like around conception, like since 4 or 5 DPO, depending on, for me I thought it was 4 DPO, but according to my doctor's due date and stuff, she thinks 5 DPO, sorry. So around 4 to 5 DPO, I remember it was like a Tuesday night or something. I just couldn't really sleep, and like when I did sleep, I remember waking up and I was just in not pain, but like I felt like it was growing pains on my left side, and I'm sure most of you remember me saying that around that time. Just like it almost felt to me like I could feel my egg going through my fallopian tubes. Like that's literally what it felt like to me, which is insane because that can't be it. But something was obviously happening and something I could feel along that time. And that pain, not like, I don't want to say pain because it was really like painful, but it was uncomfortable. Like I couldn't really lay any way to make it go away, and it was just annoying. So ever since then in general, I've been really like restless and just like, I'm tired. I'm really tired after 2 weeks of not sleeping properly, but just not being able to sleep. Like I'll fall asleep pretty quick, but then I wake up literally like an hour or two later, just tossing and turning, and then I'll fall asleep again for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes and then wake up again. Like it's just exhausting lately. And after like 2 weeks, it gets hard. But yeah, that's been happening ever since 4 or 5 DPO when I felt that pain or that uncomfortable thing that was happening, whatever you want to call it. So I think that pain lasted like 4, 5, maybe into 6 DPO, and then it started going away a little bit. It wasn't a constant thing. It was on that night, like Tuesday night, I remember it was pretty like not bad but constant. And then into the day, I guess because I was busy, I wasn't noticing it more, like not too much, and I was moving more. So I think that kind of made the uncomfortableness go away a little bit. Is that even a word? Uncomfortableness? Whatever, it is a word now. For pregnancy week 3, we obviously found out that we're pregnant. It was around 3 weeks and 3 days. It was that August 2nd, I believe. August 1st or August 2nd? Oh gosh. August 2nd. Okay, so it was August 2nd that I did that ovulation test in the morning, then did a pregnancy test, and then did another pregnancy test, and they all were positive. So that's when we found out the digi was still negative at that point. So then the next day at 3 weeks and 4 days, it got confirmed with the digi. So I called my doctor and stuff. I guess ever since 3 weeks and around 5 days, 4 to 5 days, I've been noticing that I have to go to the bathroom a little bit more often. Not a huge amount more because my bladder is already really small, But yes, as soon as I drink, give me like half an hour, and I really have to go pee. And then ever since that same amount of time, like 3 weeks, 4 days, 5 days, around that, I want to say I've been cramping. Not like AF cramps, nothing like it, but you'll get the random, like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, it is kind of like in the same area as AF cramping would be, but it feels a lot different to me. And yes, cramping is very scary, especially in early pregnancy, because you don't know if it's meaning like everything's settling in or stretching out, or if you're miscarrying and you're gonna have AF any day or any minute. So whenever I do cramp, I'm kind of happy because I'm like, oh, something is happening. But on the other hand, you're like, oh, is it something good or something bad? But I kind of got used to the way that it feels, and now that I know that that's like nothing bad, and like everything keeps growing, my beta keeps going higher and stuff, I know like nothing bad is happening. So as long as the pain or the cramps stay along the same lines, I know that it shouldn't be anything bad, I guess. Around the same time, I want to say, as the cramping, I'm hungry. Like, really hungry. Like, obviously, I'm not a small girl. I like to eat, as it is, but, like, I love my food. But usually, I'm like, if I have a decent breakfast, sometimes maybe I want a snack in between, but usually I'm good until Matt gets home, until, like, 6 or something, depending on when we want to eat, or whenever supper's ready. So I'm usually not horrible unless I'm like maybe out or something and grocery shopping, and I'm like, oh, okay, now like I could go for something. Then I usually grab something while I'm out, but not bad. But ever since kind of that I found out that I'm pregnant, I'm hungry so much. Like, it's really bad. Not really bad, but I just feel like, oh gosh, like I'm gonna blow up in no time. And obviously I need to watch that because I don't want to end up being like too heavy right away. I want to eat healthy and grow healthy, but don't overdo it. So it's kind of like at that point where I'm like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I usually eat breakfast, and like I said, I'm fine until like maybe I have a snack, and then until dinner. Okay, now this is what happens. I'll get up and eat breakfast and I'm fine for like an hour, maybe 2. And then I hear my stomach growling. It's not even the fact that I'm like, okay, I'm hungry, but you just hear your stomach growling, and I'm like, what's going on? And then like it's loud, like really loud, like I haven't eaten in a day. So I'll try and make a snack or something, and then that snack usually lasts maybe another hour or 2, and then I'm like hungry, like I'm even feeling hungry. And that's kind of what's been going on. Like, this sounds horrible, but like last week at some point, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, I was so hungry, and we had like nothing at home, and like literally starving. Like, not even yogurt or nothing would have helped me because I'm like hungry, like dinner hungry. So I was like, okay, there's like a frozen pizza that takes like 10 minutes in the oven, and usually like even for dinner I never finish a whole frozen pizza. Like, usually like I'll eat maybe like half to 3/4, and Matt usually eats like the last 3 slices or something. And so I made that pizza last week, and for lunch after I had like breakfast 2 hours earlier, and I finished the whole pizza. I'm not kidding you. The whole pizza was gone. Like, everything was gone, and so fast too. So anyway, that's been something really interesting, and I'm trying to like have more healthy snacks and stuff here so I can eat more frequently instead of like 3 bigger meals and stuff, because that's obviously not healthy. So that'll take some getting used to, that's for sure. So that's what's been majorly going on in week 3 is some cramping, more urination, not a whole lot, a little bit more. And then still no sleep, obviously, and me being like starving all the time. Okay, so now into week 4. Not much has changed into week 4. Same kind of cramping, same kind of urination. It didn't get a whole lot worse. It didn't get any better. Let's see. So obviously, like in week 4, I had my nurse appointment literally the day that my 4th week started, on August 6th. That same day I did blood work. I also did blood work on 4 weeks and 3 days, and I'm going again today 4 weeks and 6 days for more blood work. And the last set of blood work for my beta will be on Saturday, but that's into week 5. Okay, and then something that happened, I think it was Sunday and Monday night, like one time each night, I want to say, I woke up and I was nauseous, like really nauseous, not to the point where I had to like throw up or anything, but like just really sick all of a sudden. And it's not like I ate anything, or I don't know if it was the fact that I didn't eat anything because I was in bed, but yeah, it was a weird feeling because I'm like, oh, this is like, I felt like I ate something wrong, and I know I didn't, so there wasn't like a change or anything in what I ate that day. And then it happened again Monday night as well. Like I woke up and I'm like, oh, like I had to kind of like lay on my back and like trying to like stretch everything out and breathe and like try and drink some water and stuff. And it went away pretty quick, luckily. But yeah, that was definitely a different experience. So that was like around 4 weeks, 3 days, and 4 weeks and 4 days is I think when that happened. So I guess nausea has happened, but just at night so far, which is a good thing. And then another fun thing that happened starting, I want to say Sunday, and that will be sore nipples. And I obviously used to get them around ovulation, and like they were sore, obviously, like I could feel it like going in the shower or putting a bra on or whatever. I love how I'm like touching myself right now just to make sure it's still there. Sorry about that, but yeah, like it's a lot different than ovulation sore nipples. My boobs themselves are fine. Like I heard a lot of people usually get sore boobs first because they start like stretching and stuff like that and getting bigger. But no, for me it's sore nipples, and they're really bad, like to the point where I don't want to wear anything on them and just run around like topless. Which is obviously not an option, maybe at home, but not outside. So that's been definitely interesting as well. Just this whole like time of like noticing how your body changes, I guess, to me is really interesting, and I can't wait to see what else comes. Obviously there's gonna be a lot more stuff that's gonna be really uncomfortable, but it's gonna be kind of fun to go through it all, and I can't wait to experience more. I remember like on the weekend at some point, like Friday or Saturday, I'm like, oh, nothing else is happening, like I'm not really nauseous yet, like just the same cramping, like I know I'm hungry and stuff, but still, like most people say there should be more stuff happening by now, and I know every pregnancy is different and stuff, but yeah, it sucks. So then like Sunday night I'm like, oh, I'm nauseous. Like I'm not throwing up, but I'm definitely nauseous. And then Monday the sore nipples started. I'm like, yes, something else happened. So it's been really funny to see like how I'm reacting to all of the stuff that's happening to my body. And yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to keep track of all of this. I'm gonna make sure to update you guys, like I said, next week again on how my 5th week went, because tomorrow I am 5 weeks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it wasn't too long or too boring. I'm still, obviously this is my first pregnancy update. If I did anything wrong or if I should mention anything else, please let me know, guys. Oh, and I guess I should let you guys know too, this morning I felt like I should just use up that last digital that I have and see if the weeks went along, and I hope you guys can see it. I hope my camera will adjust to this, but anyway, it says pregnant 2 to 3, which is, so that's spot on, which is awesome because I'm right along the 4 to 5 weeks spot, I guess, obviously. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week for my 5-week update. Alright, bye guys.